Mr Blumenthal, Mr Durban, 2635-402, disqualifying financial interest. Subsection 3, particular matter. The term particular matter encompasses only matters that involve deliberation, decision, and action that is focused on the interest of a specific person. The Baron Essex in view the 45th Administration and 9/11, or a discrete and identified class of persons. The homeless, fire victims, people that are Democrats. Such a matter is covered by the subpart even if it does not involve formal parties. Boyd v. Thayer, Trump v. the Water Resource Board. Those that are wondering, the January 6th. It may include governmental actions such as legislation or policy making that is narrowly focused on the interest of such a discrete and identifiable class of persons. Hi, agents of the state, Mr. Blumenthal, Mr. Durban, got asked for cabinet members with our foreign affairs. Our foreign affairs people don't understand that instead of assassination plots or requestment for technological malfunctions, to be exact, your honors. The term particular matter, however, does not extend to the consideration or adoption of broad policy options. Broad policy options. How we go about administering. Why the number 6 in the cabinet migrates overseas, the number 19 doesn't matter. And that number 19 doesn't mean 2-5 in two different political circumstances. Nixon Library, a nuke for a caliphate. Next time will be a House member for a caliphate. The term particular matter, however, does not extend to the consideration or adoption of broad policy options that are directed to the interests of a large and diverse group of persons. COVID recipients, SARS victims, countries without water or electricity, territories wondering statehood, Mr. Blumenthal. The particular matter covered by this subpart included a judicial or other proceeding application. May we commence request for Military Procedure Act, satellite applications, knocking your car out at 70 miles, making sure the brakes don't work, stalling the alternator, request for a ruling or other determination, Haiti, contract, claim, controversy, charge, accusation, or arrest. Fire, fire, fire. The Brazilian does not have a nuke, while at the same time the North Korean has a nuke and is abroad. But that wouldn't matter, right? The Internal Revenue Amendment to regulation to change the manner in which the depreciation is calculated is not a particular matter, nor is Social Security Administration's consideration of changes to its appeal procedure for disability claimants. I'm a mental health patient, supposedly, in the view of the Preston Pences. I'm supposed to not want work and sit on my I'm supposed to be hearing voices instead of open sky treaty. Consideration by the Interstate Commerce Commission of regulations establishing safety standards, cough, for trucks on interstate highway involves a particular matter. What about the cars and the vehicles of U.S. House members and senators? Personal and substantial. To participate personally means to participate directly. It includes the direct and active supervision of the participation of a subordinate in the matter. Mr. Durban, would I be considered your subordinate if I was just asking for a measly GS6 position in the census, or a GS7? Would I be your subordinate, sir, if I was asking for full-time federal employment and a stable salary income? Would I be your subordinate if I was honoring the 46th president instead of the 45th based on partisan ideology? Now, an employee need not file a written disqualification statement unless he is required by Part 2634 of this chapter. Kenita Jackson Brown, did I file that with you? Would his impeachment be a file of written evidence of the compliance with ethics agreement of the Office of Governmental Ethics, or asked by an agency ethics official? Garland, Thompson, Sotomayor, you're not those ethics officials. The person responsible for his assignment to file a written disqualification statement. Open radio disqualification statement. We need military sequence. May elect to create a record of his actions by providing written notice to a supervisor. Mr. Blumenthal, Mr. Durban, those other videos, or other appropriate official. Now, waive your exemption from disqualification. Employee who would otherwise be disqualified by 18 U.S.C. 208 may be permitted to participate in particular matter where the otherwise disqualifying financial interest, the water, the electric abroad, the view of the tariffs, the view of the crazy lady overseas, is the subject of regulatory exemption or individual waiver. Individual waiver? It's the 69th anniversary and the 110th anniversary. Described in this paragraph or results from certain Indian birthrights as described in 18 U.S.C. 208 before. If the Indian birthright, would that be asking the foreign country to honor another president? Oh. Now, regulatory exemptions. Subpart B, 2640 of this chapter. Sector Mutual Fund. By collecting 50,000 to minus mile. You mean the min wonderment to day-to-day living in California? Oh, what about those type of questions? Let's go back to our unemployment. But we wouldn't understand that, would we, senators? Now, the best part. Particular matters of general acceptability, such as rulemaking affecting the state or local government, sponsor of a state or local government pension plan, described in paragraph C1II. That wouldn't be the green bottling, or in Trump v. Water Resource Board, and Voices of the Wetland v. the Water Resource Board, and New York view of New York Pistol and Rifle compared to Colorado River Basin of the U.S. of this section where the disqualifying financial interest in the matter arises. I at K&L took that against you because I viewed I had interest on behalf. And the matter arises because of participation in the plan, the political ideology. Now, Mr. Blumenthal, this doesn't give me I plead my fifth in view of my request based on policy procedures on partisan ideology.